Shackelford said even non-customers come in because they know he's a barber who has these. Who is in a very dangerous and open position to score. But what if she couldn't do her flip throw? Or maybe on that play just chose not to use it? Then the ball would have only came here and much farther away from goal, where a player would have to turn and then play the ball into the middle. That could be the difference between a championship win and loss. Coach Seitz said when he first took over the program, some Webster athletes couldn't do even one pull-up.
Freshman Rachel Frank seems to have a clear mind through every pitch on the mound, at the plate, or on the bases. She said she enjoys the mental aspect of playing softball at Webster University, but the battle in her head is wildly different than most would assume. Frank set a goal at the beginning of the softball season.
Well, obviously playing for Danny. Just anything and everything I do is for him.
Rachel's 12-year-old brother, Danny Frank, is the inspiration for her rookie season.
Well, that day, I can remember, like it was yesterday, my dad came home and he told us, and I didn't think it would be cancer.
My heart sunk, and then it hit me, and like, he's such a tough kid.
In the spring of 2012, a bump formed on the side of Danny's head. An MRI unveiled a tumor on Danny's brain that called for immediate operation. Danny had a form of cancer most commonly found in children, stage 4 medulloblastoma. He was in and out of intensive care and went through chemo and radiation therapy for 6 months. His body received the maximum amount of radiation it could handle. On May 20th, 2012, 2 days after Danny had gone through a round of chemotherapy, he went with his family to the Family Arena in St. Charles, Missouri. It was Rachel's graduation ceremony from McClure North High School.
Proud of you, Rachel.
From the get-go, they were pretty much like, this is, pretty bad. This is stage 4 and, very aggressive form of cancer.
Danny was known as Moose by family and close friends. One of Rachel's softball coaches called Danny a moose because he was so big and tough.
You just think he's going to get better. You just think it's, going to get cured and he's going to get better. But
at the age of 12, Danny Frank died on February 27th, 2013.
An hour after he died, like, we were going somewhere, and Don't You Worry Child comes on, and I'm like, oh,
Don't you worry, child.
She has got a plan for you. He was my go-to man. He was always with me, and we always did stuff together. And it's kind of hard, like, I kind of want to come back to those days.
March 9th, 2013 is Honorary Danny Frank Day in Florissant, and as Webster prepared for their game in Kissimmee, Florida, Rachel was focused on making her way back home for a trivia night in honor of Danny's day. Rachel was not expecting to pitch that day, but after a schedule change, Coach Chris Eaton put the ball in her hand.
It was him. He definitely helped me through that game.
That game was just the second collegiate start of her career. She threw a no-hitter on Danny Frank Day.
they've taken care of each other and, all these, years and stuff that he's not going to leave her now.
While Rachel plays softball for Webster, she remembers the smallest of details that were lost with him.
Every game he went to, he found a pile of dirt and played in it, and he was always there.
Rachel now has a way to keep her brother close. Wristbands that she never takes off record the timeline of Danny's life and display Rachel's motto of the season, cheer for Danny.
It sounds bad, or it sounds weird, but I kind of kiss him before I go up to bat, yeah.
Just like she would kiss him on the forehead every night before bed. She said doing this keeps her focused on playing the best way she can for Danny. For the Webster Journal, I'm Sam Masterson.
Up. Good, done.
Only one Webster University coach has been a part of 15 conference championships in the last 4 years.
20, I know. Crazy.
Matt Seitz is the first of his kind at Webster.
All the way up and hold, lower slow.
A strength and conditioning coach. In his fourth year, Seitz trains 167 student athletes across 10 different sports.
But you just make it work. You just kind of walk around with your head on a swivel. If they want to be in here, I'm all about it, and I want to work with them.
Well, I don't think there's any coincidence of the fact that the first year he got here, we went to the World Series, and then we went again, and then we were the #1 team in the country, and then hopefully we just keep getting better.
Look how far out you are. Bend those knees, slide back a little bit. There, it's better. Better. Coach Seitz said when he first took over the program, some Webster athletes couldn't do even one pull-up. But now, pull-ups are a priority in all of Coach Seitz' workouts. I love it. I think it's like the squat of the upper body. Done. Nice. It's kind of one of those things where a lot of kids get intimidated by it. You know, like, well, I've never been able to do a pull-up. Well, it's like, all right, let's get you on the bar and see what you got.
One day for our conditioning as a team, we had to do like 700 pull-ups.
That's fine. Again, today's the day to do it. You got to keep the kids interested and kind of create some sort of competitive culture.
Coach Seitz' program doesn't stray from the typical big lifts.
Charlie Gandolfi on the baseball team squatted 405 this year, which is essentially a squat record here. We've never had anybody squat over 400 pounds.
It was a testament to him and the work that he's put us through, I think.
Seitz came to Webster after 3 years with an Atlanta Braves minor league baseball team, where he trained a few guys who baseball fans may have heard of.
Jason Hayward, I worked with him when he was a minor league player. I guess it was the second year in pro ball, 2008. That was my first year. We were with the Rome Braves, so yeah, I was with them all year. I was their strength coach, so yeah, him and Freddie Freeman and Craig Kimbrell.
Between those 3 players, you have 6 All-Star appearances and a Rookie of the Year award.
It's really neat to see that, you know, at one point I got to work with them, and now they're doing their thing in the big leagues and making a difference. So it's really cool to see. Yeah.